Hello and welcome. So this is another video on the metaverse topic, and I've been doing a lot more thinking, and one thing which is important to me is how should we develop and evolve the metaverse. I think it should be both paid software and open software on the same network. And the paid software, they will be of course closed and no one can copy them. And I think we should have a similar way of handling open software, and I think it should be exist in framework for handling open software to be able to drive innovation without anyone owning the software. So my suggestion is that we have a bounty similar to like software bounties. And so whenever an application or framework is using a framework, that application needs to pay a gas cost or a cost, not a gas cost because that's like burned up, but a cost to the framework. And that is stored in a list of bounties. And the application using this framework can freely choose which bounties it thinks their money should go to. So they have like a saying. So when a framework is using, they get like voting power and decision power where their money goes to. So if someone is really, oh, we really need this, they just put the money on that area, so to say. And whenever that is added to the bounty, anyone can take up on that task. And if some of the developer can wants to do that task, they just request to do that task, and with their developer profile, with previous work in the metaverse, they can show that they are eligible to do this. Then the tester is also requesting to test this. So whenever a developer has said like, yeah, I want to develop this, then it will open up for testers. So 1 to 5 testers will be able to assign themselves as testers for a task. I think that is really important because development should always go in hand with testers. So if you have like 5 independent testers with good record, then it's quite probable that whatever will be developed will be quality code. And to be able to move forward, however, they still need the framework or applications which contributed the work tokens to vote. And so whenever something like this comes up, they get the time slot to vote, approve, or deny. And if majority votes approve, if the testers and the developers are good enough, then they look legit. They get to start developing. And something which is important here is that also the framework which is approving this is also tracked so that testers and developers feel confident that this is like good framework and applications to work with, so to say. Because if they are just denying everything down the road, I mean, then you don't want to work with them. So I mean, it's an open trust framework, and everyone knows what everyone has done inside the network, but no one knows who anyone is, if it makes sense. So your work is telling who you are, so to say. So the development start if it's approved, and then the testing is performed by the testing teams, and then it loops back if when need is changed, and then the development is doing the improvement, and then going round until the testing team say like, yeah, this is fulfilling the task, and we have added the feature which was requested. So the development is done, and then the voters, which are from the framework and applications, get to vote again. And whenever the voters think like, yeah, this is good enough, then it gets to payout with the work tokens, and the task is closed. So the work token is paid out both to the developers and to the tester. The exact ratios, of course, needs to be discussed, but it could be something like 50% to the developers, 10% to each testing team, and having 5 testing teams. But if the voters think like, no, this is not good enough, you just trying to screw us over here, because in the beginning we don't have that much, how should I say, trust that we can put into this rating. So we need to have like a system to catch it, because otherwise we will get burned on people just being like, yeah, I can do this, and I will ask my 5 friends to test this. and then they don't have any track record, and you go in here and the money will just be gone. So in this case, the frameworks would just deny it and deny it and deny it until something decent comes out. Or if this development team thinks like, yeah, this is crap, we cannot work with them, then they probably will just close this and tell the framework and applications that this was not any fun working with you. And they, framework and application, will get the review like this didn't work to work with you because you have too high standards or you're not clear in your communication, you're always just denying without any reason. And in the long run, I mean, if everyone is just denying and denying and denying, it will be a problem. So this is really important to be able to catch that. So I think this could be an interesting way of like handling development of an open source software in a controlled framework, because if you have this like network of trust which builds up over time, we really could make a really solid system which is constantly improving based upon who is using what. And the more you use it and the more user you have behind you to use a framework under you, the more money that framework will be pushed into it. I don't know what you think, but I think this might be an interesting way moving forward with this. So feel free to contradict me, and anyone interested, feel free to reach out. I would really enjoy hearing anyone else thought on how to design the metaverse, because I mean, someone needs to start somewhere, and I'm probably not the best guy, but well, I'm doing something. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.